Will the mid-engine C8 Corvette give the 911 a run for its money? Chevy has unveiled the mid-engine C8 Corvette. It's the Corvette a lot of people have been waiting for. Looking at the specs, it looks like it'll give the 911 quite a run for its money. Here are 3 reasons why Porsche should watch their back on the C8 Corvette. Reason number 1, the 0 to 60 time. GM is claiming a 0 to 60 time of under 3 seconds. Now that's if you go with the Z51 package, but when you compare that to the 992 generation Porsche 911 Carrera S, so not just the base Carrera, the Carrera S, the 992 takes 3.5 seconds to get to 60 miles per hour from standstill. And that's equipped with the Sport Chrono package, that's equipped with the PDK dual clutch transmission, which is a fair apples to apples comparison because Chevrolet will be using a dual clutch transmission and not have a manual option. Now it'll be the first time Chevy has used a dual clutch transmission, so it will be interesting to see just how well it performs, especially when you consider PDK is probably about as good as you can get in the business. And that brings us to reason number 2, the price. The starting price of the C8 Corvette is under $60,000. We're talking roughly the same price as a brand new Cayman base model or a new Boxster. Corvette will cost a couple thousand more than the base models of those, but it's promising some pretty impressive figures. Now, under $60,000, probably $59,000 roughly, is the base price. To get a lot of the performance figures that Chevy is claiming, you need the Z51 option. Currently, the Z51 option adds about $5,000 to the price of a C7 Corvette. So figure it's probably going to be somewhat the same, maybe a little bit more. Once you start optioning, ticking the boxes, because you're probably not going to want to buy just the base. You'll want all the stuff. Realistically, you're probably looking at roughly $90,000 for the C8. The starting price for the Porsche 992 Carrera S, which is not quite as fast, 0 to 60, but has fairly similar performance. Starting price of the 992 Carrera S is $113,000. So even if you option the C8 up to $90,000, you're paying $23,000 less for the Corvette. And you get a 6.2 naturally aspirated V8 engine that pumps out just under 500 horsepower. And that brings us to reason number 3. It's mid-engine. The handling balance just naturally, because you're going to have 50-50 weight distribution roughly, but the engine being behind you in the middle gives a little bit more traction on the back wheels. You'll be able to keep more speed in the corners on a track, and the handling is just going to be predictable. The 911 will still have an advantage coming out of corners because it'll have more traction coming out of a corner, but it takes all the wizardry of torque vectoring and things of that nature for the 911 to really perform at its best. GM's not going to have to do all of that because of where they put the engine. So the C8 Corvette with the mid-engine, with the big V8 sitting there, very powerful engine, dual clutch transmission. On paper, it looks like a no-brainer. It costs less money, it's faster, all that. The question will be about quality. GM has improved their quality, especially in the interior, but the question will be, how will their dual clutch transmission hold up? How will that interior hold up? The C5 interior, I know that's a number of years ago, but it's very plasticky. It basically falls apart. C6 isn't much better. The C7 is better, but it's also not that old. And especially with these early C8s, there may be a lot of kinks that they have to work out. I mean, it's a brand new platform. They've never done it before. But the important thing is Porsche needs to up their game. Corvette has long nipped at their heels, but now Corvette has a chance of, if they get this right, and yeah, the styling's not for everyone. 911's got classic styling, but If Corvette gets this right and really does a good job on the C8 once it's on the road, if it's as good as they claim, there are a lot of people who will simply look at the numbers and say, oh, I'm going to go with the Corvette. You're going to lose some business. And we can talk about build quality, we can talk about materials used and things of that nature, and Porsche probably is better in a lot of that way, but it's hard for a lot of people to consider paying over $100,000 for a car that is slower than a car that is considerably cheaper. So as a Porsche fan, I'm hoping that Porsche will up its game and will further improve the 911. They're gonna have to. So thanks for watching, and now get down in the comments and let me know, which would you get? Would you get a C8 Corvette or would you stick to a Porsche 911? If you like this video, make sure to give it a big thumbs up. Hey, that thumbs down button, it hasn't been working for a while and it's still not working. So don't even bother to click it. Yeah, I'm talking to you. Don't do it. Don't click it. Also, make sure to subscribe if you haven't already. With every new subscriber, a donation will be made in your name to the Buy a Middle-Aged Man a 911 Fund. His name's David. That car will be in my garage. But the real reason to subscribe, besides helping out a worthy cause, is that you won't miss any of our content. And if you're a Porsche fan or a sports car fan in general, we're going to be putting a bunch more videos of this. And if you like me driving around in cars, and even if you don't, go ahead and click the subscribe button. So thanks for watching, and God bless.